Paulette said good morning. She might, I don't know if she's coming into the room, but I told her to bring her fan. Oh, she said she's in a meeting all morning. Oh, she'll listen in.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's get this little countdown running. Welcome, everybody. Today is June 1st. We are prepping for summer, and I just want to welcome you guys to Wake Up Happy Sis. I am your host, Leanne Dulce, with my fabulous co-host here, Sharonda Seeley, and you are listening to us on KCCR The Brownstone, where we are here to change the narrative for our people because we're doing what? We're telling our stories our way. Now, the topic today, oh my God, I love all the topics that we do here, Sharonda, but today I'm feeling a little zhuzhy about this one because we're talking about self-love and self-esteem. And to me, those are two of the most important topics um, for our young women, but we're not talking about them today. They're gonna glean a lot from this, but this one is for our more mature women because even as we get older, we still battle with self-love and self-esteem issues, right?
Yeah.
Especially when we're looking at our bodies changing, right? We are
Mm-hmm.
changing and growing and shifting all the time. We can't see too well no more. We may have little creaks and pains, but loving ourselves and having that high self confidence and self esteem at any age is
Mm-hmm.
so important.
Yeah.
But before we get started, I'm Leanne Dulce. I am the self care strategist, your wellness whisperer, and I am your chief self love officer. Um, my company, Dulce and Lane Wake Up Happy Sis, we are here to really help you. I'm here for my sisters, for my beautiful Black women, my phenomenal Black women, to help us become happy, healed, and whole. That's how we need to live our lives. Because too often we are giving, giving, giving to everybody, and we forget to give, give, give to ourselves. So I'm here to help you change that story. I want you to live your best life unapologetically, baby. So that's what I'm here to do. And I'm going to let Sharonda introduce herself for those of you who are newer and have not seen us before.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sharonda Seeley. I'm the owner of Bookkeeping 101. I'm here to take away the stress and give you your time back of all of the time you're wasting doing bookkeeping because that's not what you went into business for. You went into business because you wanted to start your business. I'm here to do your
Right there.
bookkeeping for you. You can find me
Well,
on all platforms.
yes. Let me put this link out there. All right. So,
Excuse me.
man, don't be passing out when we just started the show, Sharonda. Now,
Yes,
don't,
ma'am.
don't pass out on me just yet. Because we got to give these people this good knowledge, this good information. So, the first thing I want to talk about is self love and mental health and the significance of self love on mental health and on people's mental health journey,
Mhm.
right?
Yes. Let's get
So,
into it.
let's get into it. So, when we're talking about understanding self love, I want to be clear that self love is not just about treating yourself, right? It's really a more profound understanding that you actually deserve balance and wellness in all aspects of your life. So it's not just about, oh, I got self love because I went and took myself to the spa. That's a part of it. But self love is about so much more. than just treating yourself to nice, fun things, but it's also about setting boundaries so that you can protect your mental peace, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about having compassion and giving yourself grace.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about practicing and even being mindful, present in the moment and really living and enjoying all aspects of your life. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole.
And
Morning,
for those of you who
morning.
don't know, which I don't know how you could not know the Nicole Johnson, she's also one of our beautiful on air personalities, founder of The Gym, Girl, Your Money Matters. Her show is going to be airing later on today. So you need, look, if you ain't watching KCCR, the Brownstone, if you're not on this network and you don't know all the shows by now, where have you been? You obviously have been under a rock or something. Because
Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Hi.
Good, good, good. I just wanted to drop in and show some love and support. Hey, you and me will never part.
look,
Got
look,
to wake up happy, sis. What
that's
you
what
doing
we
today?
That's what we're doing. We're talking about self-love and self-esteem today.
Oh,
Yes, two very good topics. And we're talking about self-love because it's not just what I was saying when you came on, is it's not just about let me treat myself to this, or this. Self-love goes more. It's so much deeper than just let me have a good time and treat myself well. It's about setting those boundaries so that you can protect your peace. It's about giving yourself grace because you don't have to be perfect, but it's also about doing the hard work of healing all that past trauma so that you can live and be and give your best. Because when we're
oh,
living in fear, we living in doubt, we're living in a space of where we're just uncomfortable in our own skin. You can't be giving the best if you're not giving the best to yourself first.
you saying a whole. Wait a minute. Hold
Just
on.
call it out.
Hold
Okay,
on.
y'all. I'm tired of y'all. I'm gonna need to get me a fan. Where y'all get them
Yes.
fans from?
I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link. We're gonna start selling these. These gonna be on sale. Maybe not this one because you can't have my fire, but we're gonna start selling them because people need to clack too. They when we clack, they need to clack.
I'm a whole spark myself lady. Okay, okay. I need to fan my own flame.
That's
Okay.
right. You
That's
got
right.
exactly. You got to
But
fan
you
that flame, baby. That's one of the pieces of self love too. Fan
That's
your
that
own flame. That's like
self-esteem portion. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh.
because if
Mm-hmm.
you don't
And,
fan your flame, who's going to?
Absolutely.
and you know what? Honestly, Leanne, people can see self-confidence or lack thereof in your whole demeanor.
Yes.
Like Law School 101, 090 version. That's the remedial version. That's like this is what you learn in the orientation.
But you
Okay.
did not say you ain't even at the 100 level.
You
You
ain't even at
said
the
it's the
100.
intro class
This
to
is the
let you know what's gonna
orientation.
happen.
This is what they tell you. Even if it's not true, say it like it is.
Well,
Period.
Why do you think you have so many defense attorneys who can get a truly guilty criminal off?
mm,
Because they say it with such conviction that they'll change your mind
mm,
and have you thinking differently. You're like, oh, okay.
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 Well, maybe
You
like
mean that's not really a pit of snakes? It's animation, it's AI. If I jump, won't nothing happen. For real? Let me try it.
oh, and they're gonna try it.
Conviction.
And you know
You
they're gonna
understand what I'm saying? Because they have said, and some people have a natural knack for it. Some people it takes time to work at it. But when you start thinking about your own self confidence, what are the things that you're saying to yourself?
yes.
mm-hmm,
You okay? Remember, I said this before. It's not what they call me; it's what I answer to.
mm-hmm,
Because I've been called a whole bunch of stuff.
mm, mm,
And
Look,
I be like, now, if I turn around and be what you call me, one of us in this conversation ain't gonna be living when it's over. But what do I answer to?
That's
That
right.
was the thing when I was going through the home ownership. I was considered a three-time loser by society's standards.
Hmm.
But for myself, I was a homeowner. I
Okay.
was a homeowner before I got the keys.
Absolutely.
That's right.
You
Absolutely.
understand? So I want all of the listeners to understand that what you say to yourself, what you call yourself, the affirmations that you speak into yourself build up how you love yourself.
Mhm.
And it
Yes.
also builds up the aura that you exude when you walk in a room.
Mhm.
And it takes some of us longer to get to know who we are and love ourselves because of things that have happened to us. But, sisters, girl, let me tell you this right here.
Mhm.
Right.
Once you reach that level of I love me no matter what nobody else say, baby, that's a new level of freedom that you cannot put a price tag on.
Yes.
That is a new level of peace. People like, you okay? Did this happen? This happened? Girl, I sleep good at night. I ain't got no bags under my eyes, and I'm still fat, which means I still eat. So I'm okay. And
And
you
eat
can
nothing
clearly
good.
see there's a roof over my head, so I ain't out on the curb with my thumb out talking about help me.
Hmm.
So
Period.
they can say what they want. They can call me what they like. It's
Mhm.
all about what do I answer to? But if you're in a struggle session, here's the other piece.
But
You
Nicole,
gotta have good people in your circle
mhm,
that will intercede on your behalf when you can't intercede for yourself. Come on, wake up, happy
That's the word.
sis.
come
Now that's
on,
the word
girl.
right
But
there.
Come
but
on now.
Come on, you
So
about to say something, Sharonda.
it's
Trying to get it together in a minute.
it's the things what you said, and it's the how you carry yourself. It's the STILL to be the STEAL. It's the still. Just
Yes.
carry yourself how
that's
you
a
choose.
cat, girl.
It's not
Still,
me.
so
I'm
you
not
can
that
be
smart.
still. I
I'm not
get it.
that smart. It's
I get it.
divine. It's totally divine. Still carry yourself as if you are a child of God, as if you are meant to be in this room, as if it is already done, as if you are not over here by yourself. Because
I
just
would change your as if to
because, okay,
right?
well, I receive
Because
that.
I think it starts first with your belief
Hmm.
that you need to be and deserve to be in that room, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
That you are, can't nobody tell me I ain't the shit every day. Even on my worst day, I'm still the shit,
But it's their
right?
business if they don't think you are. That ain't got nothing to
Exactly.
do with
It ain't
you.
got
It
nothing
ain't
to
got
do
nothing
with
to do with
me.
you.
It ain't got
Oh,
nothing
you
to do
know
with
what, y'all stepping on my toes because I'm gonna tell you. One thing I have written is see yourself where you want to be, so you
Now,
know how to act when you get there.
how
Remember,
about
remember when Mama said we finna go in this store? Don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing. In case you forget, don't ask for nothing and don't touch
because you
nothing
don't want nothing.
because you gonna get something you don't really want if you touch
Woo!
something, if you ask for something. So she was preparing us when we go in the
Those
store.
bridges are
We
fast.
already
She
know
was
how to
briefing you,
act.
right? You got the
Okay,
brief,
we
right?
didn't realize that.
Right.
But here's the other thing: sometimes we can carry the burdens that other people have put on us and we don't realize that we've internalized their mess and we're carrying their mess and taking it on as our own.
Paulette was just saying that a couple of weeks ago, a couple
Yes,
of
we
shows
do.
ago.
But we do. We take on other people's perceptions of us. We take on other people's problems with us as if I now have a problem with myself. I don't, because I love
Now,
this bald headed motherfucker right here.
now,
Mm.
Leanne, now you know we just had, I just had this similar situation.
Mhm.
But let me tell you what the power of prayer will do for you. So I had somebody send me some blessed oil, and I had been carrying it in my bag to and from work. But one day I said, you know what? On a little tissue, and I rubbed the into my cube. I
Mm-hmm.
rubbed
Mm-hmm.
around the cotton part of the cubicle, the wall, to put it on the file cabinet. But I went a little bit further and rubbed it on theirs too.
Mm.
Hmm.
And then I came back in my space and I said, Lord, protect me from them and them from me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not perfect. And
And
there are
also
some
not going to be held
days I
responsible.
will turn around and be like, you know what? You can get these hands today. Okay. So, Lord, keep them safe and keep
Right.
me safe from my own self. And I kid you not, that was on a Monday because that person was coming in the office with me that day. By Friday, they had been so perturbed about stuff they created in their head that said I was responsible for. And when they started spewing it, it made them look crazy. They moved their desk on Friday.
That's the power, baby. That's the power
We
that
fight
she
not
has.
against
But
flesh and
that's how it
blood,
goes.
but
But because
principalities.
right, but because it starts with that self love of I'm not going to continue to let you impact me negatively
That's
with
right.
your bull. So just like that oil and that prayer, it's just saying, look, I love myself enough to know that even though I ain't listening to it, it ain't healthy to have this around me.
Right,
I
right.
don't even want your negative energy. So let me, instead of stooping to your level, because they say
Hmm.
when you get low, I go lower.
Hmm.
No, we're gonna give it to the man upstairs and let him handle it.
Cause
Never
he can
ever.
handle it better than I ever could.
That's right.
I be thinking I'm good, Sharonda. I really be thinking I'm gonna get cause I really was how mean am I gonna be? And it was like, you know what? Something Joel Osteen said in his sermon this past week is that it take a lot of energy to be mean and mistreat somebody. That's a lot of energy. And I'm
Mhm.
old now. I ain't got that much energy to share and split like that. So
And
what do I
waste.
use and waste that part? So sitting right here in my space is the morning prayer by Bill Winston. I
Mhm.
went and found the audio and then I searched for the PDF and then I matched the PDF to the verbal. And it says, I expect favor. I
Mhm.
wear favor like a shield.
Mhm.
And when I got favor around me, Leah, that's that boundary. You see,
That's
whatever
it.
you throwing at me, it's gonna hit
Hmm.
favor. It's
Hmm.
not gonna hit me, it's gonna hit favor. And favor gonna spit it out to me, and it may even spit it back to you because that's how good he is. It ain't relying on me. See, I
Mhm.
don't have the energy to give a person who's negative. I ain't got it. I got a limited supply, and I choose, and I want your audience to choose to use their energy for good and positive things. So that affirmation sits here, but that same
Yeah.
affirmation hangs on that cubicle where I put that blessed oil.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Surround me.
But that negativity could not battle with that love and light, right?
Hmm.
And that's
No.
where it's gonna know to move. Hey, Paulette. She said,
Ooh,
hey y'all, come on. You look. And I'm gonna read it how I feel Paulette was saying it. Come on, blessed daughter. You know, that's how she was like, come on, blessed daughter. And I feel like she even go like that when she do it.
wait a
Come
minute,
on,
because you
blessed.
Pop the
know
fan. Pop the
she in
fan.
the first lady outfits now. She in the
Yes, yes.
first lady
Right.
outfit.
She's
Come
such a
on, blessed us.
come on, blessed daughter. So I got a question for y'all, okay?
Hmm.
When we're talking about self-love, because we kind of got off topic and we jumped into the self-esteem, but how does self-love translate into your daily life? Now, Nicole Denarda said hers has manifested in that blessed oil, cleansing and removing that negativity from her space.
Mhm.
But what
Absolutely.
about you, Sharonda? How does that self-love manifest in your daily life?
Well, I talked to my daddy first thing in the morning. It's like, thank you, daddy, because we on a one on one bases and everything. We're not all formal and stuff. Nicole, I'm talking about my heavenly Father and stuff.
Oh, I know. Listen,
Big Daddy.
we share daddy.
Okay, okay,
I know your daddy because he my daddy. Hey,
okay.
sis.
Hey, sis.
Hey, Big Sky Daddy.
Hey. And I'm like, Lord, I'm going to have a great day today. And I declare that thing. And because he loves me and I know he loves me and he knows that I love him, it's the pronouncement of the self-love and the self-esteem. My younger self was very self-assured, was very I was also considered conceited back in the day because I was just all about it, and it came off that way to my classmates, in high school and stuff. And then it was back then when you're trying to figure out who you are. It's back then when you're what other people say has something to do with your self-esteem and stuff, because you don't know who you are. You haven't lived enough to know who you are.
Right.
And then because I couldn't understand it back then, and it actually hurt my feelings. Like, I'm a lot of things, but y'all think I'm conceited and stuff. But I wonder if it was confused with confidence for myself, that it came off as conceit to them back when I actually cared back then, what they thought of me. But now I'm in my 50s. I'm up in age, like my uncle says. And
Seasoned.
I couldn't actually find, what
Seasoned
you
and
tell me?
savory, baby. Seasoned and savory.
I really actually don't care, because it takes energy to internalize
Right.
what other
Right.
people what you think of me is your business and not mine. Why should I care what you think of me? Can I do my job? Can I do what I'm here for? Can I? Yeah, can I?
Mm-hmm.
It's the determination to find the parts of me that I'm proud of, that does make me feel good about myself. Accentuate those parts of me, so I fade into the background, so my daddy is walking before me. God go before me in these things. So you see more of him and less of me, because when I tell certain stories, people never believe me. And they're like, oh no, that's because you see me now. You didn't know me back then and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know me back then.
About to say, you probably didn't know yourself back then. We have
Yeah.
to get into a space. And I think, especially when you're younger,
Yeah.
right? That's all about learning who you are
Yeah.
and learning to love yourself
Yeah.
and learning to accept yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people see that confidence as arrogance or as
Yeah.
whatever. I can be self assured and not be arrogant. To me, arrogance is me putting it in your face and trying to smush it in your face.
But
Right. But if I'm
it
just
is, it
confident,
is.
that doesn't make me conceited.
It's
Right. But that's because they didn't have that same confidence in
in
themselves.
themselves. Right.
Now, unless you're walking around with your nose like this, peasant. Now
The
that's a little
nosebleed
different.
section.
Right. That's a little different. But I can walk around with confidence,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And feel good about myself and love the hell out of myself, because can't nobody love me more than I love myself.
Right.
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 But when you're younger, you don't know. And it's always a battle for, how do I get seen? How do I get recognized? I want everybody to really like me, blah, blah, blah. The older you get and you realize that the opinions of those who don't like you really mean dust.
Right.
It means dust,
It's
because
inward. They
you
don't
ain't
like
paying not one of these
themselves.
bills. Yeah, you ain't paying none of these bills here. Right. You're
Mm-hmm.
not helping me make more money so that I can feed my family. What you're trying to do is detract so that I feel about myself the way you might feel about
About
yourself.
yourself.
Because I never take somebody who is always negative and always talking about other people.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be confident in yourself if you're
Correct.
spending all that time
Mm-hmm.
trying to shed negativity on other people.
Gosh.
I feel like you're just putting your negative feelings of yourself off
Mhm.
on me. And I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I'm rubber, baby. That's going to bounce right back off and go back to you
Mhm.
But
because,
that's a
you know,
skill, Leanne.
it
People
is a
have to
skill. It's
learn that.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
that's what I said. And when I was younger, no, you absorbing all that negativity because you don't know better. You don't
Mm.
know that their image of you is their image, and it has nothing to do with me.
It's
I can be
reflection.
doing everything right.
Right.
Reflection is what I see in the mirror.
Mhm. Mhm.
It ain't what you see.
Right, exactly. And I'm gonna tell you, so when I was married, I was in the bookstore one day and I came across my very first Stormy O'Martian book.
Mhm.
And I was reading the description that says, you know, is your husband doing this and he's not meeting your needs and he's not this and he's not that and da 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 da. If this is you, keep reading. I was like, baby, I ain't got to read no more. I'm taking this mug to the cash register. I'm fixed the bag. Girl got home and sat there because she finna tell me what I need to do to fix him. She said, if all of those things are, well, let's start with you. What?
Ma'am, you just said he's all the problems. Why are we starting with
What you talking
you
about?
said she done gypped your ass.
You turn around, take the book right on back to the store. However, it really opened my eyes to really being able to focus on myself.
Mhm.
Yes.
And that was my first introduction to I got to look at me. Even though I see these issues in him and other people, how do I work around it because I'm the only one I can control.
Mhm.
But then I watched is it Creflo Dollar.
Mhm.
Now that man always talking about some money. It's not until the recent years where he really started talking about relationships and stuff like that. And he had
Mm.
this hip hop uh artist and his wife. I don't know if they
Mhm.
were married at that time, but they were talking about, well, he does this, he does this, she does this, she does this, da da da. They were going back and forth, and he finally said something that slapped me. He said, "What he does to you ain't none of your business. You believe in the Lord. What people do to you, the Lord allowed for a reason.
Yeah.
And if it's wrong, he gonna take care of it.
I was just girl. Wait. I was
He's
just gonna
gonna take
say,
care of it.
give them
So
to
what
your
you're
daddy.
responsible for is what you do to him, because he gonna deal with you. I said, what? Stop it! Leave it alone. Leave it alone, saints. But it is, and so this situation that I was dealing with at work. You're lying on me. You're misinterpreting things. But when you misinterpret, that's your misinterpretation. And instead of coming to me to ask me for mine, you go run tail. But what
Because
you
that's
don't
fair.
realize is that what you're doing ain't hurting me. The only thing I can do is respond. And
Mhm.
it's how I respond that separates me from you. So
Exactly.
while you telling management this thing is negative and she did this, I'm saying, hey, good morning, I just completed the leadership development program and I am also a commencement speaker at the graduation. Oh, and I discovered that we're not following this process and this is how we can bring the office to this. See, I'm not giving you no energy.
That's right.
What you do is between you, those who have to deal with it, and daddy. Because
Mhm.
see, my daddy loved me.
Mhm.
My daddy loved me. I can tell you when I wasn't even realizing his magnificence, he was still covering me.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
always.
when I have to get into my self-love,
Mhm.
that's the best place for me to crawl,
Yeah.
in his arms.
Yeah. Because you are enough. Period. That's a
At
full
all
sentence.
times. At all
Full
times. And that
stop
doesn't, but
at
I
the
think
end of
that
that.
what people miss about that is it doesn't mean you have to stop working on yourself.
Correct.
In this moment, you are enough, but we can always do better. But don't make your better based on what somebody else says are your shortcomings and your issues and all of that. Now, I'm not saying don't listen because you always
Right.
have to listen with an open heart and see,
Mm-hmm.
are there truths in some of the things that people are saying?
Hmm.
Because there
Yeah,
may be
that's
some truth.
good.
There may
That's
be some
good.
truths that you can glean from that you can improve. When I used to work at a big telecom company, um, we had started in this new department, and like we were the team to start the whole thing. But I got passed up for the lead position. And I had to start looking at, okay, is there something that I need to improve in me to make sure that that don't ever happen again? Right? There's always things that people are telling us. And even in their negativity, there may be some truth in there. So don't just discount. I listen with an open ear, and I can assess me because I know me. I love me, and I'm not coming with their words from a position of lack, of less than, of self doubt. That's the difference. You have to come into every position knowing, one, who you are, knowing your shortcomings and your limitations, because we all have them. Nobody is perfect, and nobody is an expert at everything. And then you have to make the decision of what to keep from what they said, and then you let all the rest of that go.
That's
Because when
called
we're looking
constructive
at,
criticism.
yeah, because when we're looking at cultivating self-love, and I'm going to get back to that comment in 1 second, because that's important what you just said. If we start to think of the concept of self-love as a garden, right? And I'm trying to cultivate this garden so we can grow beautiful, big, and lush. What's the first thing we have to do after we till that soil and make sure it's fertile ground? We got to get them weeds out. That's our own negative self-talk and negative beliefs. We have to let that go first and talk to ourselves in love and light. And that's how we're planting our little seeds with positive affirmations, right? And our actions are going to be that water that's going to grow those seeds and make us a beautiful, lush garden, right? But when other people come and they tell us, oh, Leanne, you're this, you're that, everybody's criticism isn't constructive. Let's start by putting it that way. All criticism isn't constructive, but there are constructive pieces that you can take from everybody's criticism.
Oh yeah.
Right? And I think that's how we look at it. But first, you have to love and honor self first, so that when all that negativity comes at you, like you said, favor's gonna stop it, but you're able to look at it and not be sad, mad, or hurt by what they're saying against you. Because yes, it does hurt. It does hurt when people talk negative about you, when everybody thinks you're one way and you're not. I was watching on my favorite is TikTok, doing my little scroll thing in my relaxation time. And this lady had a post up, and it says something about how when people think when guys think you're easy, right? They say that you're the easy one, but they get mad because they still can't have you. You can think I'm as easy as Sunday morning, baby. You can think whatever you want.
It ain't your business.
It's not my business. It's what I think and how I present to the world that matters. Because if I was that easy, why couldn't you have me? Oh, wait, there must be some you don't even, if, like, what does that say about you? Because in that,
There's a standard you don't meet.
you
Because
don't
if
even,
I'm that easy and you can't get it, it ain't me, boo, it's you.
it's you. It's you.
Because even the easy chick got a standard.
Everybody got a standard.
You can either reach for it or step over it.
And people have to understand that when we are cultivating self-love, even in our older years, right?
Mhm.
Where, like I was saying at the show opening, where our bodies are changing, right? We may, you may have some people who get those extra 15, 20, 50 pounds, whatever, when they get older because they can't move like they used to or whatever, right? There are so many reasons that we could feel low about ourselves, but
You
there
don't
are
need the
that
help.
many other reasons why we should not.
Yeah.
For every negative, I can give myself 10 positives. And I want to give people this one trick. It ain't even a trick, it's something you should do. For the next, we're just gonna make it 7 days. We're gonna say 7 days. You have to write at the end of the day, or you could do it at the beginning of the day if you want to. 5 things that you love about yourself for 7 days. And every day you can't use the five that you've used before. So at the end of that day, at the end of that week, you've got 35 distinct things that you love and appreciate about yourself. And I want you to write them down each day and put them in a jar. Now imagine if you did that for 30 days, how much love you have poured into yourself so that when you have a down day, because we all have them, you might have hell be having a down week or a down month, that you can go back into that jar and look at all the love that you have for yourself.
Mm.
You could also put in that jar compliments that other people give you so you can see how other people feel about you. There's a post that's going around Facebook that I put on mine, and it said, "Describe me in one word."
Mhm.
Hmm.
Good or bad? You can describe me in one word, good or bad. When I tell you,
Oh
my people,
yeah, I commented on that
you
post.
did. My people showed up and showed out on my behalf. That lets you know that all the negativity that people spew about you, who gives a shit? Because there are people who love you because of who you are and what you've brought to their life.
Mhm.
So when
Yeah.
we're talking about self-love, remember that for every negative, there's way more positives.
The
There are
good
way
is
more
always supposed
positives.
to outweigh the bad.
It should. And if it doesn't, then baby, you may just need a little help so that you can get to a point where you can see all the positives because they're always there. Just
And
like
you
the
know,
negatives are always there.
right. And it's all about perspective.
Mhm.
Yes.
How do I see? I have a gratitude jar, what
Mhm.
you're talking about. And I started
Mhm.
off with the statement of today I am thankful for, and then I can fill in the blank because there are times when I don't have somebody to call because it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I don't want to break their sleep just because mine is broken. And there are times when I withdraw because I'm so overwhelmed that I can't see myself outside of what I'm going through. So
Mm.
now I got to go and pick up a resource that's independent of anyone, just me, stick my hand in that jar, and now I can see, okay, see, he did this, he did this has happened, and start to stop focusing on what's happening to me and look at other times where he picked me up, rocked me out, and all of these things. So that gratitude jar is something, it's the same as what you're saying. It's just mine is called a gratitude jar, and I do it every day. But one thing that I do know is that what does the saying say? Is the people won't remember how what you said to them, they will remember how you
How
made
you
How
them
you
made
made
them
feel.
them
feel.
feel.
And
Exactly.
so remember how you make you feel. You're no difference. When I came in, I heard you talking about grace. This is the one thing that I tell people all the time. Extend yourself as much grace as you extend everybody else.
Leanne,
You
what
know,
is she talking about? We were just talking
we were
about that.
just talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, when I
You
heard
have
the
to.
tail end of it when I came in. So like I can say, oh, Sharonda, you're forgiving, you're forgiving, you're forgiving Nicole. Why you do that? Why you do that? Why you do that? Well, why I can't be as kind to me as I was to Sharonda?
Mhm.
Why
Mm-hmm. That's
can't I
what
do
I
that?
baby, that was our last show. That came up in our last show about recovering from grief and loss,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right? We had a person on the show who had lost a child when they were really young
Mm.
through a horrible situation.
Mm-hmm.
But to this day, 30 years later, she still was blaming herself,
Mm.
right? You have to give yourself grace.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give yourself grace. It was, especially when it was nothing you could do in that
Right.
instance, right? But we take so much weight on, right? We take so much weight on and we give everybody else, even those who don't deserve it,
Wait, hold on.
even
Child.
those who do not deserve it, we give them so much grace.
Hmm.
How many times you went back to that lying, rotten, cheating, whatever he is? How many times have you let
Time
friends,
after
right?
time after
And how many times
time.
have you let those friends who are shady boots? That's what we call them, shady boots. That everything they say, it sounds like um a slap and a kiss.
Hmm.
Like, oh, that outfit is nice for you.
Like a backhanded compliment. Like, wait,
Right.
did you just slap me? Did
Right.
you just slap me?
You
Trying to
kissed
give
me,
you a
then you
compliment
slapped
at the
me.
same
Right.
time.
Yes, yes, right. So I want to give a couple of affirmations because here we don't just talk about problems. We are solution oriented on this show. But first, let's do a little bit of show stuff. So if you're new here, you are listening and watching to Wake Up Happy Sis on KCCR The Brownstone, where we are changing the narrative for our Black and Brown people by telling our stories our way. I'm your host, Leanne Dulce, with my co host, Sharonda Sealy, and our wonderful guest, Nicole Johnson. Today, we're talking about self esteem and self love because they go like this. They are intricately linked, and you can't have one without the other. You can't have one without the other.
That's it.
Mm.
So
Can I
this
hear?
first
Can
one,
we
I
have something?
really love this affirmation. I just and I'm gonna sprinkle them out. We've got probably about 20 minutes left in the show, but I'm gonna sprinkle these out throughout some more because I want y'all to have little affirmations, and you can write them on a little sticky note, and you can put them on your mirror. Okay, because we're also going to do that. We're going to do a 7-day self-love challenge. Okay, first affirmation: I am a powerhouse of love, strength, and resilience. My Black is beautiful, and I embrace all that I am. And you see how I said with a little attitude, with a little zhuzh? You have to come into the room. You walk into the room with your confidence elevated. We ain't slumping over. We're not over here cowering in the corner. We've done that for too long. Even if you just said at the end, my Black is beautiful and I embrace all that I am. Best thing you can do, get you an affirmation, write how it makes you feel. Even if you don't yet feel that you are what it says.
Hmm.
Even if you don't
Okay.
feel you are what it says, write about how it makes you feel and how, if you were that, how you would feel in that moment. And then I want you to write, how can I take the steps to become that? Because if you don't feel you're that, um, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that you are and you're going to believe it. So, how do you take steps to move yourself from that doubt to that place of acceptance and love and belief in yourself?
Got one.
Okay.
If you treat it like we're talking about uh, uh, forgiveness, if you put your self-esteem in a suitcase, think about weight that you're carrying. If you
Okay.
put that weight or suitcase down and you replace it with something else, then you don't get to think about what was, making you feel less than, or,
Mhm.
not worthy, and things of that nature. You're replacing it. You're speaking better of yourself. Your love, because everybody got a choice to make every day, all day. So if you put that suitcase down and you replace it with something, instead of saying, I don't think I'm good enough, saying, I am enough. I could do this. And you just, it's a constant type of a thing that you have to do by putting that suitcase down and picking up some positivity. And what
Yeah.
Nicole was talking about not too long ago, about the circle of friends that you have around you, you get
Okay, that
around those
makes a big
people
difference.
that put wind in your sails and just help you to fly. And you don't get a chance to think about what you're not, because you have people around you telling you what you are until you can do it yourself. Pop that fan,
Mhm.
Nicole. Pop it. Pop it.
Listen,
She said, because I can't clack on my own, on myself. Let me clap
listen.
one
Let
note.
me because I gotta pop into a meeting, but let me say this. What Sharonda said is inspirational. It's a great affirmation, but it's also biblical
Mhm.
because, and I'm go give it in general terms. When God was speaking to someone, and he was telling them, remove this, remove that, take all of these things out, but replace it with positivity, because if you don't replace it, it's going to not only come back, it's going
Or
to come back
multiply.
stronger.
Oh, yeah.
Think about when we lose them 10 pounds, and before we know it, it's 10 and came back and brought 10 more of their cousins. So I done lost 10, gained 10, and picked up an extra 10. So now I done went 10 paces back, but I done then got to go 20 paces. I done went 10 paces forward, now I got 20 paces back,
Mhm.
because I didn't replace those unhealthy habits with something
Healthy
healthy.
ones. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna part company, and this is Leanne. I always love your show. This is my boo thing, my Wake Up Happy Sis instructor. Okay, so y'all hold on and to the Wake Up Happy Sis instructor. And Sharonda, I'm so glad to have actually got to come in and talk with you and hear you
Oh,
firsthand, full of love, light, and giving. I sure enough appreciate you, sis, because I'm gonna tell you one thing we do is we recognize our own kind.
Yes, we do.
And I want your audience to take that two ways. When you are in a stupor, when you are in a negative space and you interact with people, you're going to attract negative people.
hmm.
But when you get in a positive space, see right here, wake up happy sis. You can't do nothing but be happy.
That's right.
Okay. And then you come back and you glean and you glean, so that in those times when you are unhappy, you
Mhm.
know it's temporary. Because
Right.
your sisters over here are showing you and giving you the tools so that you can come out and get better. I
Absolutely.
love y'all. I
Well,
love
thank
y'all.
you.
Nicole.
All right, sis.
Thank
Now,
you for
wait a
being
minute.
here
Get
with
one,
us.
one for the road. All right, now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
See you
Bye.
later. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
So let's transition a little bit, because what I want to talk about now is overcoming obstacles, right? When
Mhm.
we're talking specifically about, and because I think what Nicole said was a great segue into talking about how do we overcome these obstacles when we don't feel that we are, right?
Mhm.
Just like when you were saying, carrying this bag with our self-esteem issues, with our burdens. I
Mhm.
wanted to break out and do a Paulette and be like, bag lady, you gonna hurt your back.
Yeah.
Dragging all them bags like that. Now I can't sing, but I do what I do, and I'm okay with it, because I'm still sing,
Mhm.
make a joyful noise.
You took that out of my mind. Mhm.
But when we do that, we're gonna get us a smaller, lighter bag that's got all the good things in it. Maybe it's gonna be a balloon, because that's light and airy and it's gonna float up,
Mhm.
right? That's what it's about. How do we get over? Because sometimes we've had people in our lives who have destroyed our self esteem,
Hmm. or tried
or
it.
they've tried to. But a lot of times it's those narcissistic and toxic people that have built it up, and they've been working on you
Hmm.
so that you stay low. Because when people see that you have, and I don't know why this little bra straps one, this is why I don't wear bras, because they cause too many problems. But I digress. When people see that you have a shine, you have an inner glow, you have a spark, you have a destiny, you have a place, a marker, a calling on your life that they don't have, that they can't see, ain't never gonna have, they try to keep you where they are because they are scared you're going to leave them, they're going to lose you, because you're supposed to. You're not supposed to continue on this journey with me. You so busy trying to keep me back that you're not even following your own destiny and your own
Hmm.
path because you too focused on mine. So I have to unlearn all of the negativity, all of the self-doubt, all of the fear, all of the hate, the hurt, the pain. I've got to now figure out how to let that go so that I can manifest all the beautiful and wonderful things that the Most High Creator has been showing me in my dreams, on TV. He's been showing me this life that I'm supposed to have, but I don't know how to get to it.
Hmm.
We start with gratitude, first being grateful for all the wonderful, good, and abundant things that are in your life. Again, we're clearing out those weeds when we cultivate our garden,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it takes for you to disconnect your social media, remove all them deadbeat friends that don't want to see you do anything better, you know, when you have to disconnect sometimes from toxic parents, it doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means that I'm going to love you from afar
Mm-hmm.
because I have to go on my journey. And Catherine's right. Everybody won't understand or accept your glow up. And baby, Lisa Nichols said everybody can go with you. I
This is
had to
true.
leave those people behind
Mm-hmm.
because the journey is yours. It's not mine and everybody else's,
Hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not mine and everybody, it's mine alone. So I have to learn how to help myself. And if I don't know how to help myself, first I go to my closest friends that I trust that are going to hold space for me, but they're also going to tell me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Leanne, you're fucking up. Or Leanne, give yourself some grace. These are some things you can do to help yourself. But you have to find those people, because if everybody in your circle is looking like this and they mad, they unhappy, they whatever, you baby, you need to find a new circle.
Yeah.
Hell, find a square, find a something. Because you are the sum total of the people closest to you.
Yep. Yep.
And if
Watch out.
everybody around you is negative, you need to check. That's probably why you feel such a weight and a heavy energy around you, like it's a cloud, like it's a fog that you're stuck in. You know, when you're in that, how do you get yourself out of it?
It's a choice. You can choose.
But what are so if you were to give a person one or two tips for how do I choose and move differently, what would you say?
Are we talking about the type of people that you have around you?
Anything. I feel like I'm not moving forward. I'm not happy. I just don't feel confident in
Okay.
myself. We're talking in the space still of self-love and self-esteem. But you can talk about it in relation to the people that are around you.
Okay, well, if you are the sum total of the people that you hang out with, and if you're in a certain group and it just drags you down and it seems like you weigh 10 more pounds heavier than you were without hanging with that group, but then you have another group that makes you feel light and motivates you and inspires you and just reminds you, oh my goodness, I am the shit. Mm, then you have a choice to make. So how do you want to feel?
I would tell you
Hey,
that.
so like you said, you can't take everybody with you and stuff. So it's time for you to allow people to disqualify themselves, and they'll actually cancel themselves out of your life because you've, gotten around that group of people that just like, oh my gosh, they don't take from you, they pour into you as well and stuff. So you got a choice to make.
Mm-hmm. You 100% do. And when we're talking about self-esteem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where self-esteem is that degree to where you feel confident,
Mm-hmm.
you feel valuable, you feel worthy of respect and love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just a yes or no, white or black thing. It's like a continuum, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's up,
Mm-hmm.
it's down.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look at where you are on that continuum
Mm-hmm.
and have some of the people that are around you been the ones who have helped with your self-esteem being so low.
Mm.
Like I
Helping
said,
people mistreat you.
exactly. Look, there's one thing that I'm always going to talk about, um, is if you have friends who, my friends going to talk shit to me to my face. I don't have to worry about them talking about somebody else, because if they said anything about me, trust me, I've already heard and I know it. But what they gonna do is be like, hold up, what you're not gonna do is talk about Leanne like that, because I don't associate with people who don't, because that's how I'm gonna be. Now, I don't tell everybody they got to stand up for me, but sometimes it's just removing yourself from a conversation. Hey, let's talk about something else, because Leanne ain't here to defend herself, and I'm not comfortable with the way that you take in this conversation.
You can choose to participate or not. It takes
Yes,
two. If
it
you
takes
don't,
two.
yeah,
And your self-esteem has to be higher than any negativity that's coming for you
right.
or at you, because people will try and bring you to their level.
No, okay. So let me tell you about that.
Hold on, let me
So,
read. Let's read what Dion does when she's feeling stuck and unhappy. She gets quiet, she reflects, and then calls on her nearest. And that's what you need. You need those people who ain't gonna judge you, who will always have your back,
mhm,
but they're also gonna tell you the truth.
yeah,
They're not yes men and women. They're here to tell you the truth and help raise you up
right.
from where you were. So when they tell you the shit, you better believe it, because they don't lie. Okay, now
Mhm.
sorry. Go now. What you were saying?
um,
You didn't forgot that fast.
yeah, I'm up in age and stuff right now and stuff. What were we talking about?
You only as old as you feel, but it's 11 o'clock already.
Oh my god,
This hour has
where
gone.
has the time gone? Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know. I don't know. But I want to leave you with another. Well, do you have an affirmation that you like to use? But if you don't, I got a bunch. I'm like the affirmation queen, baby.
When I'm lost for words to say, if I, like when we're you're talking about being in the workplace and stuff, and there's people mistreating me, I just automatically, when in the midst of them and they mess, I just look up to the sky. It's like, Lord, you see this mess here? Do you see this mess? And they're like, yep. He said, yep, I got you. Don't worry about it, because you don't have a heaven or hell to put anybody into. I just step back, I give them to my daddy, and because I have to like you to actually put energy into.
That's right.
I don't. I'm too old for this.
I'd rather put my
I'd
energy
rather.
into me and into
I'd
the
rather.
projects and the things that I'm trying to bring life to. I don't
I,
have time to put energy into your negativity. I got too much
exactly.
positivity going on over here. But baby, I'm a Cancer and I'm petty. So, okay,
Well,
pray
yeah,
for me, don't play with me. Ain't that what they say?
I haven't heard that, but I like it. I like it.
Pray for me, don't play with me, because I am a child of God, but I'm like the archangels who like to fight. So I can get petty. Now I'm not fight like this. I fight with words, and I'm super petty. Like I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna take your left shoe, every left shoe, and I'm gonna hide it somewhere in the house. And then I'm gonna take all your shoelaces and cut them down the middle.
Goddaughter said
Okay?
something
I'm
similar.
gonna take all the batteries out your remotes. Every single one in the house. You ain't gonna have no batteries in the house nowhere.
Y'all have introduced a new level of petty that I never knew existed. Oh my God.
This one lady said she was so petty. She said she cut all the top 2 buttons off of her ex's because he broke up with her. They were still in the same house, but he then went to some wedding that he didn't want her to go to. And she was like, don't break up with somebody and your stuff's still in the house and you leave. She said she was going to cut the buttons off, the top 2 buttons. She cut off the top 2 buttons off of all his work shirts. She was like, I put all of his stuff in different boxes. Like there's a shoe here and he don't know which box the other shoes are in. I was like, she petty. She petty. But I say that all to say, I get petty. I can be. And if I get petty, it's because I chose to be petty with you because I feel like my Lord and Savior told me you needed a little bit of a lesson.
Did he though? Did he really though?
Sometimes he does. Sometimes he does. Did it not say in the now? I'm not a whole Bible-y chick, but does it not say you he would smite you with emeralds? Which somebody said was hemorrhoids, and that was the funniest thing to me. But you know, he was smiting people.
Oh,
you know,
Lord have mercy. That is along the same
look,
lines.
when you don't do, God will let you know you're wrong.
Right.
He's giving you chance and chance after
Missing
chance. Sometimes he got to come and smack you down a little bit. He got to give you some skibbity paps.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, skibbity paps. The little cat, he always with the cats, with the skibbity paps. Okay? Because we don't listen. But when you got your self-love up here on this level, when your self-esteem is up here, you don't have to get petty.
I know what I was going to say.
Be petty.
Never stoop to anybody's level. Always bring them to yours.
But what if my level that day was petty?
Well, yeah.
See, because even when they say you're supposed to go high, sometimes I do have to go lower. Sometimes I do have to go lower because I have to show you. Do I though? Yes. Because my self-esteem is up here. My self-esteem is up here. I'm always going to love me. That doesn't mean that every day it's up here. Sometimes it's lower. We all have things about ourselves. I'm not a small woman. You hear that? That's my belly slap. It's okay. Because I love all of this. And there are others who love all of this. And I will never take somebody else's opinion of myself above my own. Right? But sometimes I do get petty. Okay. Sometimes I do get a little petty. And then I'd be like, okay, Leanne, that may have been a little too far with the petty. Reel it back in. Get back to who you are. It's a momentary weakness. And I had it. And I'll apologize. I'm the first person to be like, okay, that may have been too far. I apologize.
Really?
Oh, I will apologize. You have to apologize.
Actually know
if
how
you've done
too far
something
is?
wrong. First of all, I told you I choose to be petty. I 100% know when I've gone too far. I know, because you'd be like, okay, that may have been a little too much. Okay. Right. Now, I don't go out of my way to purposefully hurt somebody. I don't. But don't test me. Don't test me. I ain't always been nice.
He's still working on you, huh?
He is always. Who is he not working on? Okay,
Right.
Sky Daddy. I got that out of one of my little TikTok shows. They call him Sky Daddy. Sky Daddy is always working on me. He's
Sky
always
Daddy.
working on me. I am a work in progress. I am not perfect, but I'm getting to my level of greatness. I don't know about everybody else's level. When they say get on my level, that's a level of greatness that I aspire to be. And I think
Mhm.
everybody has to have what a goal for what their level of greatness is.
Mhm.
And if you think your level of greatness is only here, figure out how to get it up here, baby.
Right.
There's always a greater level that you can aspire to be.
Yep. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is good and your better is the best. My mom taught me that.
Well, amen. Now, as we close out, I want to give you one more. Let me see, which one am I giving today? Hmm. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start with this since we were stopping here on this one. My courage is stronger than my fear.
Mhm.
I stand tall in my power, celebrating my resilience and my victories.
Okay. That's a good one.
That's a great one to end the show with. I'm going to read it to y'all one more time because I want y'all to say this to yourself. My courage is stronger than my fear. I stand tall in my power, celebrating my resilience and my victories. And you call upon that resilience when somebody's trying to pull you down. Don't be like me and call on your pettiness. Don't do it. Call on your resilience that says, like Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high. Because sometimes I go lower and I don't want you to do what I do. Be better than me. Be better than me. And with that, we have come to the close of another beautiful show here on Wake Up Happy Sis.
Yay.
KCCR the Brownstone. Um, Next week on Monday, our show Monday is going to be, it's like a Black Girls Rock kind of episode, okay? We've got Miss Rowe from Rose Dance Closet, who's going to
Ooh.
be coming on to talk to us about her organization, Permission to Fly. That's, look, I love Ro. And she's going to tell you about that, about her gala where I am going to be a featured speaker, okay?
Ooh.
So I'm doing a whole workshop over there. So you guys need to tune in. We're also going to be talking to Coach Jackie. Y'all met her on the show a little while ago, but she is
Mhm.
joining KCCR the Brownstone as one of our on-air personalities.
Yay,
So
Coach Jackie.
yeah, so she's going to be coming up. And if you were on her show, what you know is that she is super hype. She's just like a little ball of energy. Okay. So you're going to love her. And hopefully, we're going to see if we can also get Kiana on, who is another one of our on air personalities, new coming in, who's going to be joining the family, who just joined the family. And we can talk, and we're going to talk all girl things, all wellness, all happiness, and so you can learn a little bit about the other personalities and people that are in my circle. Because I'm always trying to bring you guys great people to keep you inspired and motivated to live happy, healed, and whole. So try to
Absolutely.
tell them where they can find you at.
You can find me at Facebook on the Facebook,
Oh,
since I'm up in age and everything.
you
And
messing with
you can
Facebook.
find me at bookkeepingforlife.com. I'm on all platforms. You can reach out to me if you need some help getting your books together. I understand it's a chore, but your books are my business. Have a good day.
All right. And for me, if you want to find this cute little bald head, dark skinned girl, yes, I am dark skinned. Don't y'all even say you brown skin. No, I'm dark. I gotta tell
She
people
identifies as being dark and stuff, so that's what
exactly,
she is.
exactly. I identify as dark chocolate. So you can jump in and join our Facebook group called Wake Up Happy Sis. If you look for me on any social media, it'll be Dulce and Lay or Wake Up Happy Sis because I'm all over the place. But in this group, it's a new group I'm starting. And I want this to be a safe haven for my Black women to come in and to be themselves, to shed and to vent, but also to listen, to grow, to connect. Because we're what solution oriented. We don't just talk problems. We try and get to solutions. So this isn't a bitch session. It's not a place for that. It's a place to support one another and to be happy, healed, and whole together. So With that, I want to thank y'all for coming, and make sure you stay tuned. We've got the gym, Nicole Johnson. She's going to be on later. We got Marshawn Alanian. Well, not later today. Marshawn's Monday. We've got Dr. Michelle with the numbers don't lie. That her show's on Tuesday. We got Cullen's Corner. We got the Hot Lunch Mix. We got all the things here for you. So keep it locked, keep it tuned. Go to your store, Play Store on your phone, and get the KCCR app so you can stay connected all day. And I love y'all, and I hope that you have the day that you are meant to have. And that's an awesome one.
Absolutely. Have a
Bye,
good one.
everybody.